another lesson, that is forms of energy and uses. So let's see what happens in this lesson. So we do various types of work in our day-to-day life. Animals and machines also do work. And some examples for such instances are given in figure 7.1. That means running a vehicle. I will teach you about these things. It's some explaining. Running a vehicle, the thing is chemical energy transformed to kinetic energy, and running a vehicle goes to kinetic energy, and lifting a weight goes to chemical energy, and rotating a fan goes to again kinetic energy, and running also goes to chemical energy. So I will teach you them in the next part. So in addition to those mentioned above, people engage in different types of work in day-to-day life. Can you give some examples for such work? So you can give some examples. It's easy. Okay. So our work and machine works like that. So many things. So it is clear that man as well as animals and machines do a lot of work. And now let us consider what is needed for man as well as other objects to do work. Let us engage in activity 7.1 and 7.2 for studying this. Well, so I am not going to do this once, that means explain or do this once at this part. So that means they are easy to do like that. That means I will give short description about this one. In 7.1 you have to get rubber bands. You can cut it and get a rubber tube and get someone, that means 3 or 4 students, and stretch it. That means you are in the home now, then you can tell to mother, father, like that. So then you have to do that too. Then you have to tabulate the name and the maximum length strength. So that's what we are expecting here. And 7.2, 1 meter long thread, a laboratory stand, a small piece of stone. So in here you have to get it like this and give a pull to the hanging stone. So it goes and after some time it stops. Why is that? And in their discussing classroom, what do you do to the start of motion? We give a pull, and what does the stone gain to start its motion? That means how that stone start to gain its motion. So by our push. So here work can be simply explained as a push or pull resulting a movement of an object. And it is clear that the work is done when stretching the strip of rubber tube in activity 7.1 and moving the stone in activity 7.2. Okay, so that's the thing that we have to remember. Ability to do work is known as energy. In exam you will get a question like simply explain energy. Simply explain work. Then you have to write it is simply explained as a push or pull. If it question is like this, explain energy, that means briefly explain energy. Ability to do work is known as energy. So you have to do like that. And in this lesson, you have to get your knowledge another thing, that is international unit of measuring energy is joule. Joule. You know, I think you don't know joule. Joule is the one that measures energy, and it's if we get the before activities, in there we can measure how much energy is used by joule. So energy is necessary to perform work. To increase the amount of work done, the amount of energy applied to be increased. Yes, they say if you have to done many works, the energy you have to supply is very high. So, for example, you should apply more energy to move the stone further in activity 7.2. Yes, that's true. You can easily get it. So, energy exists in different forms. Now, let us consider the different forms that energy or the ability to do work can exist. And let us pay our attention to some different types of work done and different forms of energy used. Carry out activity 7.3 to find out the difference from energy used to do different types of work. So you have to get the all items in you will need. If you cannot, don't going to buy it. If you want it, go and buy it and get this all set, and study how they work and which form give them energy, and when it's working, that means if we get the torch bulb, in torch bulb the light energy is there, that means but it's made up by chemical energy. Okay, so like that, and you have to tabulate them. And by doing activity 7.3, you may have identified several forms of energy found in most instances. Most of them are used in various tasks. Main forms of energy identified in activity 7.3 can be listed as given below. 1. Kinetic energy, the moving energy. Potential energy, the energy to keep them. 3. Electrical energy, the energy goes with electric. 4. Sound energy, the energy goes with sound. Light energy, the energy goes with light. And thermal or heat energy, the energy goes with heat. Chemical energy, the energy contained in chemical things. So let us study further about some forms of energy you identify. So I am not going to do that part today because it's okay at the moment. So hope you get a good knowledge about these ones, and see you with the next part.